Hello, welcome back to another edition of Kev's Garage, where we're actually in the garage today. I know, it's weird. I named the channel that, and then I never do anything in the garage. Today we're doing some stuff. Actually, we're not doing anything. I'm going to talk about what I am doing, though, because I still haven't found a cameraman. So, makes it tough to hold the camera and work on cars. So, we'll just talk about what we're doing. So today, actually for the next week or so, we're doing work on our favorite little car, Sandy, my Dune Buggy. It's the 1967-ish fiberglass Dune Buggy. It's not a Manx. It's a knockoff of a Manx called a Desert Fox. Built on a 1967 VW Type 3 Pan. And I had this car for over 20 years. I love this car. But it gets a little neglected these days because we don't use it as much. It doesn't really go off-road anymore since we have the thing for that, or we did until we smashed the front end again. Long story, another video. So it doesn't go off-road. Drive it around town more than I drive it anywhere else right now. And so because of that, it doesn't get a lot of attention. And unfortunately, Dune buggies, or Volkswagens in general, require a fair amount of attention. And so about every 5 years or so, we do a major maintenance on little Sandy here. And this time we're not pulling the engine out, at least we're not planning on it. But we are doing standard stuff, oil change. I've got a transmission oil leak, so I've got to drain the transmission to fix that. Servicing the air cleaners. I've got dual carbs in this car. It's got dual Solexes. And we run K&N air filters, which are way over oiled. That's why it's leaking out there. And you need foam filters, because why not? So got it up on the lift. While we're down here, we're also going to be pulling this wheel off and replacing that battery, which is I think six and a half years old now, and the starter, which I honestly don't even know how old it is. I'm just replacing as preventive maintenance. And I've got a gear reduction starter on my other car, and I'm pretty stoked with how it works. So we're going to put one on this, even though this motor doesn't need it. It's just a basic little 1776 dual port with dual carbs, like I said. Nothing crazy. Doesn't need to be. This car doesn't weigh very much, so it doesn't take a lot of power to make it move. We're also going to upgrade the shocks. The shocks I put on, I think it was one of the first things I did to this car when I first got it, is I threw shocks on it. I threw cheap ones on because money was a lot tighter back then. So these old little gas adjust shocks, I think I paid $40 for a piece back in the early 2000s. I'm not going to say they're going away because they still work. They're not leaking. So we're going to take them and put in a box and use them for something else someday probably. We're replacing with a set of Bilsteins. I love Bilstein shocks. I have them on literally everything I own. I have great luck with them. So we're going to run some Bilsteins on this. Not do anything on the inside. Yeah, it's not much to do. The seats are getting kind of trashed, but I haven't put seat covers on yet. Got to pull the toolbox out. Because in order to get to the battery bolts, I have to pop the toolbox out, and I'm going to make that a little bit easier because right now it's a little bit more challenging than it needs to be, let's just say. And that's about it, just maintenance. Check the brakes, check the bearings. We made a list. Nothing, you might notice there's nothing ignition related on that list. I went through the ignition on this car a year ago when it ran out of gas, and I thought the ignition had gone bad on me. So the ignition's all pretty much new. So I'm not going to worry about that. I think the spark plugs are in good shape, so we're not going to worry about that either. Just maintenance. I'll make a couple other videos as I'm going through the process. I'm going to be adjusting the valves. That's a two-person job, so maybe get a third person to hold the camera and make a video about it. Anyways, looking forward to getting back on the road though. I drive this car a lot in the evenings, especially right now. It's nice weather for it. It's not too hot. Evenings are nice. You can see the sun's going down right now. It's a gorgeous Southern California night. Everybody who thinks Southern California is not the place to be, well, sometimes it is. Especially when you're 30 miles from the coast like I am, and you get these gorgeous sunsets and nice cool breezes. Especially my house. I got a nice breeze in my garage, in my backyard. So that's about it. I just want to do a quick update. It's been a while since I posted a video. Like I said, we have another video coming up soon about our latest trouble with the Thing, and a harrowing tale of how a buddy of mine and I had to drive it down a mountain with no front suspension because we broke, surprise, another link pin. That's 3 now for those of you keeping score at home. So it's in the bad place, covered up under a tarp, thinking about what it did. And we're going to get to it here in a little bit. I don't know when. A couple months, I think, is when the shop said they've got time to go through it. So we'll be going through all that, though. That's kind of an interesting story about how it broke, when it broke, where it broke, and how we got it home. And we'd also explain to a lot of people who watch this video why there's big black marks in my driveway now, looking like I've been doing burnouts. I wasn't. I was just trying to get my car back off the street. But anyways, that's a story for another time. Other than that, hope you are having a great day, and check back soon. Sorry, if I could talk. Check back again soon. Bye for now.